That was a fascinating visit to Saint Kenelm's church on the site of Kenelm's legendary martyrdom. I loved the wood carving of Saint Kenelm over the gate and that amazing stained glass window of the legend of Saint Kenelm. Saint Kenelm's well in the ravine was interesting, and its Clewty tree. A lovely place to visit. So we're going to leave the ancient chapel here and head off to Winchcombe using the Saint Kenelm's Way. First port of call is up onto the Clent Hills and Walton Hill. That's the first climb of the day, and in the distance you can see Birmingham and its surrounding cities and towns. I'm guessing over there is actually Birmingham itself. So just passing Walton Hill, there's the trig point, and we'll be looking south in the direction we're going. We won't really know if this is the right route because there's no real detailed description of the route that the monks took with the body. Today we were passing some interesting places, so we'll just carry on. This is where we descend off the Clent Hills, down this little muddy track. Glad I've got my gaiters on today. So that's the Clent Hills there, where we started. Just the other side. Saint Kenelm's Way is about 50 miles. There's lots of walking through fields, woods and down by rivers. In the upland section we'll be going over Breeden Hill, which is day 3. So today we're heading to Wychbold, about 11 miles, where I'll stay overnight. And then we'll head down to Pinvin, which is just north of Pershore. And then from Pershore we go over Breeden Hill, as I said, and then into Ashton under Hill. And then the final day is into Winchcombe to the Abbey. So just coming into Belbroughton, I think that's how you say it. And there's a post office there and a shop and a pub, 2 pubs. And there's the second one. Right, I need to just have a look at the map and see where we need to go. I think it's down that way. This is the village green. There's a little bit about the little village, but what it was really known for was making scythes for cutting grass. And this is a hammer that was used. Right, we're going to go down here towards the church. There's some lovely little cottages here. So this is the parish church, and the parish was recorded in 1817, so that would be the era of Canal. And here we see an ancient cross that's been restored, possibly a preaching cross as they're known. And for all my viewers that are also interested in allotments, we have Belbroughton's allotments here. This guy's covered up. The ground is very soggy. Oops, there's a dog there. Yeah. Unusual animals in this field. Very curious. And up on the farm, a strange one as well. Plastic cow. Yeah, you've got a bit of a tuft of hair there, haven't you? Yeah, this is what Worcestershire holds with regards to animals. Now we're going to do some walking down the road for a little while. The Bridleway is part of the Royal Hunters' Walks, a series of waymarked trails which radiate from Bromyard following ancient paths and tracks through the Royal Forests, which covered a large area of Mercia up to the Middle Ages. Prince Canal may well have hunted through these woods on his way to Clent and his untimely death. Not sure if you can see that. There is the BBC Droitwich radio mast. That's where I'm heading for tonight. So not too far now, just walking through fields. This is quite a deep green lane I'm walking along. Might signify that it's been here a long time. and maybe even the monks with Kenelm's body walked down it. We'll never know, but it's a nice little green lane anyway. I don't think this is a spring, I think it's just flood water. The ground's still very boggy. The track we follow is up there. It's a lovely little brook. It's looking northwards from where we come from, and that's the green lane. Right, let's carry on. Probably only another 3 or 4 miles until we get to Wychbold. You can see the farmers suffering with all this wet weather, just like me. Some very wet fields there. You can hear the roar of the M5, which we're just about to cross, and then there's the masts, BBC radio masts, and behind, right in the mist, you can see Breeden Hill. We're just heading down here to this little coppice, and then we'll be heading over the motorway. Seems to be a lot of these styles on this section, easy to cross, don't go wobbly like the traditional ones. Here we go! Over the M5. So noisy, so busy. This is a 4-lane stretch. So I've made it to Wychbold, and there's the masts, and the trail goes up that way. I'm heading into town this way for my accommodation, so I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Saint Kenelm's Way. Just passing the mast here, and today we're off to Pinvin, about 15 miles away. There's a couple of nice country houses and some other bits and pieces, and another Saint Kenelm's church as well. As you can see, it's a bit of a misty day. Hopefully we won't get too wet. Just passing a bit of a wetlands area. Guess the fence is to keep the foxes out, keep the ducks safe. It's turned a bit wet. I'm in my full waterproofs. This is the Worcester to Birmingham Canal, Birmingham being up that way. And we wander along the towpath for a couple of miles, past a couple of locks. Right, let's get going. That's the lock keeper's cottage up there, and there's the lock. I'll carry along this way. It's not too boggy. So this is where we leave the canal and head off towards Hanbury Hall. That's Hanbury Hall, National Trust property, in existence from 765. Hanbury meaning high or important fortified place. As you can see, you're up quite high, and we'll be heading off this way. Where we came from was producing salt quite a lot, so this is an old salt way out of Droitwich out towards the east. I guess it probably link up with the one in Winchcombe. And this is Mere Hall. Impressive. So this is Himbleton. Tradition has it that Kenelm's father, King Kenulf, gave the manor to the priory at Worcester. Certainly looks like a very old church. Just sheltering out of the rain. It's been very wet. Right, I'm going to grab some food and then we'll carry on. Quite an impressive entrance through these yew arches. 1, 2, 3, 4 yew arches. So this is Saint Kenelm's church, Upton, Snodsbury. We have said that right. Snodsbury. And over here is the base of a preaching cross. What do I know about this church? The church guides record that Saint Kenelm's body rested here on its final journey to Winchcombe, and suggests that a wooden church was present in those days on the site of the present structure. And I would go in, but as you can see, my boots are extremely muddy and I'm just going to ruin the church, so perhaps we'll come back and have a look sometime. Three o'clock. So right, exit the church via the yew archways and head on down towards Pinvin. Well, I finally made it to Pinvin. Very soggy walk from Saint Kenelm's church. So yes, this is Pinvin, and this is where I'm finishing my walk today. Right, I'm going to head on down to Pershore, catch the train home.